Ursula Rose, better known as Honeyrozes with a Z on Instagram, and today I want to show you the inside of my little black book, also known as a bullet journal. And today I'm not going to get all crazy about my love for this system and bullet journaling, but I do want to show you how I set up for the month of July and just tell you a little bit about the hows and the whys of each page and spread so far. So let's get started. So after 6 months, I'm pretty confident with my current setup and style. There are several techniques and layouts I've been using for months with a few tweaks, but I'm also going to share a couple pretty cool new things today as well. If I mention products in this video, then the links to those items are listed in the video description on YouTube for this video. So here it goes. When I open my journal, you see I have some post-it notes, mostly for grocery lists. I haven't filled out my name yet. And I have my index, which I've already started using and messing up. And I use this notebook because I've always had a thing for soft covers of this book style. Namely the Moleskine brand, but this one is a, forgive me, I don't know how to pronounce this, Leuchtterum1917. I can be pretty rough with them. The fewer number of pages, which these books only have 121 pages, they're just less committal, and so I'm rougher with them than I have been with the hardcover versions of these books. I take them with me everywhere. They're just a little less formal. I can bend back the back cover and write standing up, hide any spreads during meetings that I don't want my peeps to see because I'm just a little OCD and I don't want them making fun of me. Just kidding, kind of not. And so when I first open to the first spread, I have a little cloud up there because this is my dreamy spread. This is my 12-month view. It doesn't list any dates. It's just projects. I do all my future planning and scheduling and breaking down of projects in my Apple Calendar, so it's synced across all my devices. So this 12-month plan is for envisioning where current projects will be overlapping and where it might be realistic to stick and start a new project. For all my writing, I use these Pilot Razor Point 2 pens, which they're just cool. They don't run out of ink until the nub wears down. I am not really sure how long these last me because I buy them by the box, but they're sweet. I mean, architects use them and architects are cool, so there you go. The following spread is my 12-month plan, and it's similar to the previous one, except that this one is just a little bit more concrete. Well, extremely more concrete. And it includes less exciting, smaller projects. For example, I do website hosting, invoicing every 3 months, and that's not that exciting, so I wouldn't put it in my 12-month plan, but I do put it in here to remind me. Hosting, invoicing, and all of my projects I signify with a hollow dot. That way I can fill them in when I've completed them. I also have these little arrows to signify when they carry over multiple months. And I do these little boxes around certain dates to signify dates only associated with my projects or due dates, you know. So I don't have anybody's birthday on here unless it's a big project like My daughter's gonna turn 2, so I have to have a party. I then have my hour log spread. Having 4 calendars on this spread is new to me, and I chose to do this for July because I found that it was becoming quite the hassle to make a new one of these every month. But this spread is super duper valuable to me because I find it's necessary to keep track of project hours so that I know not only how much to charge people if it's a paid gig, but then I can better estimate how long a similar project might take me in the future, which helps me in those previous 2 spreads when planning. I don't keep track of my graphic or web work projects here because my invoicing software does that for me. But these calendars are for trade projects, art pieces, volunteer time, startup projects, etc. And so I list the projects I'm working on next to the month in the order in which they come up. And then I jot down a code associated with that project with the amount of time I spent on it. So the Sacred Centering book project that I've been working on has SC and then a 3.25 hours next to it. If you need more space, you know, stretching out the calendar from 3 lines per day to 6 lines could be helpful, but I found that in the past when I did that, it was just a waste of space. So my ledger follows. This is my financial ledger. This is the first month I decided not to assign a single month to my ledger. So I've got July through blank here because I don't know how long this will last me. I've been known to fail at keeping track of all my expenses and sources of income on paper. But I do always write down my expenses paid via check in my ledger for my records and income from family and friends that owe me money. So these first 4 spreads will only occur here at the start of my journal. I won't make them again until I start a new book. The next spread is what I call my intentions and projects spread. This is where I rate how my life is going, how I can be proactive in making it a little bit happier and more balanced. I plan out how I want my projects to look for the month. I have a key, a current list of projects, and highlights. So over here I have the 6 areas of my life that I rate on a scale of 1 to 10. I have relationships, adventure, home, work and money, mind and body, and creativity. Then below I have 6 corresponding lists headed with the number. And in those lists I write down things that could improve different areas of my life. Some I make up on the spot and some are projects I'm already working on or obliged to do. On the right I have various project time ladders that run vertically in or categorized columns: home, personal, art, work, more, and my charter school initiative. And then I have this key which kind of marks important dates that are associated with my projects and could impact the way in which I plan how my projects overlap. Then I have my current list of projects just to remind me what my priorities are. And then my highlights, I have I use this at the end of the month to just list things that aren't really tasks or project related, like I found $100 or I reconnected with my friend Jessie. This spread is most valuable at the start of the month. I usually check in on my progress about once a week, check things off, refocus, maybe add a few things. And then, yeah, it just acts as kind of an archive. This next spread is basically what my weekly spread used to be But I was so tired of drawing out my weeklies every Sunday when I really just wanted to make art. So this is the spread that I refer to at the beginning and end of each day. I track reoccurring tasks that otherwise would get forgotten. Plan out my meals before I go shopping on the right. I usually only do that every 5 days, so not weekly. I have my organized brain dump. I have way too many things going on that I'm responsible for remembering to have one crazy list. So I have to be able to view my tasks categorized, or else my eyes glaze over and I revert to shopping online instead of being productive. I leave space to the left here for, you know, any items that are date sensitive. When I'm planning out the next day, I look at this spread to see if there's anything that needs to be thought of, you know, about dinner that day, or to see what tasks I can pull from my organized brain dumps to add to my daily page. Oftentimes, the items pulled will be broken down into smaller tasks in my dailies. So I have 2 of my priority categories of my life on this right: work and not work. Those take up a lot of space eventually. So I've also allocated more space for those things right here. And on the back page here, I have my charter school initiative and my home task organized brain dumps. My dailies begin after my monthlies. The night before or first thing in the morning, I take a couple minutes to write down the date and the day. And then I draw out a time ladder. And then I start jotting down the first tasks that come to mind. And then I look at my phone's calendar, that's all synced across my devices, and I write down any appointments with a circle. And then after that, there are usually a few other tasks that arise associated with the events for the day. And then I just keep that as a running list throughout my day. I then draw a line from my appointment circles to the time on the time ladder. So I've just recently started trying out 2 new things in my dailies that I'm pretty excited about sharing with you today, that I haven't shared anywhere else. Those are my simple little hydration doodles that, you know, I haven't even looked at my task list today, but I have consumed liquids, I swear. And then the second thing I've been trying out is the tracking of Pomodoros. So I took this idea from Instagrammer Yame, who I will tag in the video description. And my dailies are really similar to hers. If you check out her posts, you'll see that hers are much more complex, but I really like this layout. It's really working. I'm not that good at completing Pomodoros yet. It's fun to track my progress. And so each of the axes is a completion of 2 Pomodoros. So in my June bullet journal, I could say that I successfully completed like 1 Pomodoro per hour. So in that case, I would have just put 1 line in the box. But since I need 2 for all the pieces, so 2 lines. So I haven't been coding my time ladder recently, but you can see how I used to do that in the past on my Instagram. So that's all I have